of nuts. Essentially, as you can see, we're probably hitting now a target closer to like almost 60 relics is where the rate of this has gone, which is just nuts. But I'm really excited for it because it shows that it's something you each want, it's something you each value, which is going to be really exciting. The other thing that you're going to see as well is that we're going to be opening up the raffle starting tomorrow. So, or we're targeted starting tomorrow. We'll confirm in the final test if we can do it, but it'll definitely go out of the next 36 hours. What's really exciting about that is that for all of your early relics, all of your early rolls, you're going to start seeing those opportunities, right? It's just going to be relics on relics on relics with raffles on raffles on raffles, right? Because again, this is where that opportunity is going to come. So definitely check out the roll breakdown chart that I shared if you have any insight, especially if you're a new user or if you want to let anyone understand how our world works. It's really simple as that visual to understand where everything else is going. Outside of that, what you're going to see as well from our world and our universe as well is we're going to be sharing quite a bit more of that access to you. Again, there's only been 50 oath that have been actually allocated thus far, right? Literally less than 5% of the supply has been allocated, right? Or potential dynamic supply has been allocated. So just know there are plenty of opportunities. There's 1,000 plus Lost Realms Act 2 whitelist available as well, and then more importantly, there's something interesting between Act 1 and Act 2 that we haven't discovered yet, where the participation will matter, right? And you'll have a unique opportunity to potentially jump the line and enter into a new world as well. So just know that we're thinking through a lot of different ways. We're thinking ways on how to build, and hopefully you guys will be able to value that as we kind of show all of this opportunity and kind of see it all unveil over the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to stop there. Real quick, I'm going to start bringing up some people just for a couple quick questions, and then I'll get a relic out here as well shortly. Let me just bring up, I'll bring up Velopa real quick since I've talked to him before, and hopefully he could ask an interesting question for us. Let's see. Hey, Velopa, are you there? Man, I can't hear you, unfortunately, if you are there. I'm telling you, Twitter Spaces mic thing is really weird. Um, let's just keep adding some more people here as well. Well, a lot of you are requesting, please don't ask me to enlighten you or bring you up for that. I promise, though, if you do that, I'll just ban you. Let me bring up, hey, Debayo, you there? Oh, he's still connecting. Hey, Debayo, you there?
Hey Saint, good morning.
Hey, good morning as well, man. What's up? What's on your mind? What's your question today?
Yeah, I don't actually have a question. Yesterday you didn't record the space we had on something sorry, let me check it out. Something Web3, like Web3 breakdown. So you didn't record the space, and so I took it upon myself to like write everything that you said. So it will be out today. In the next few minutes, I will post it in the Enlightenment channel so that everyone could read it through. And I also tweet it out. So it's everything you said. I wrote it down and I broke it down also. So yeah, I just want to say that. And yeah, thank you so much for bringing me up.
Absolutely, and I appreciate you going again above and beyond. It's really amazing to see so many community members just help with, different resources as well. And I think that's super helpful. I know we're sharing a lot of content via voice, but better at translating that content back. And that's also why we tell everyone we really do have operational debt, right? But that hopefully you'll see is a good sign because any growing company or any massively scaling organization is going to have this. And what we now need to do is react. So, Debayo, really appreciate that, man. I'll hopefully see you in the Discord, hopefully shortly too.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you. Let's keep going. Okay, I'll give Velopa one more chance since I'm a nice person. Let's see if it works.
Oh,
You there?
you can
Yeah,
hear me
I
this
hear
time.
you, I think.
All right, I'm gonna keep this
Yeah,
brief this
what's up?
time. because last time Bennett went on off on a tangent. But basically, what's gonna bring people back after these first, like the phase one goes by and phase two? Like, like I know you guys brought up like you're gonna keep on giving away some passes, but like it's only coming to a handful of people, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, a few things, right? Essentially, when Act One gets unveiled, Act Three gets deeper revealed. And then not only when does Act One get started, you're also going to see, how much should I share here? I'm trying to figure out. Fuck it, why not? When you also see Act One essentially minted and kind of going through its process, there's, like I said, there's something between Act One and Act Two we're building that is going to provide an opportunity for non-minters to participate in an interesting way, and be able to get an NFT. And then the other crazy thing we have is, yeah, why not? Let's just share it. We're cooking up the next universe. There's a whole new universe coming up as well pretty quickly, and it's not. Oh man, it's always fun to play around with how much I need to share. There's two universes being cooked up as well. It's not just Lost Realms, and it's not just Fury. That's the best way
Hey
to put it.
yo.
So what you'll realize is we're trying to build multiple entertainment universes relatively quickly. And like the best alpha I can give is we have art done for 6 collections. Like that's probably the best alpha I can give you. So the question just now begs is what are those collections? How do they work? Are they interesting and are they cool? And the cool thing is some are pixel art and some are non-pixel art. So you'll see kind of our way to keep the nostalgia going because we really love pixel art here. We're going to keep that kind of like as a core part of our tenet of everything we do. But you know, if there's anything you know about my background, I've actually only worked in 3D games, right? So that's actually another world. So the best way I could answer that is we have a lot. I'm very conscious of attention. I'm very conscious of knowing how to provide the stuff that I think is meaningful for our audience. And I hope that we'll be able to do that in real time. And, you know, only, of course, the market's reaction will tell us all, but hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight there too.
No, that's great. You answered that perfectly. Like, there's
Killer.
not, yeah. That's it. No more. Good night.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. All right, let's keep it going real quick. Wait, also, I have to do one thing. Okay, yep. Let me do this. Okay, guys, let's add one more two people for some more questions. Okay, I'm gonna add two foreign names here that I cannot speak in their languages, so I'm very curious to hear what their names actually are. Uh, Hello, good morning. How you doing? How do I pronounce your name? Wait,
All right, the game res.
the game res. Okay, got it. Awesome. What's up, man? How can I help?
Um, I just wanted to ask a few questions about the early rule you get because when the karaoke was going on, someone was kind of tagging you and was like, he or she already has the first three rules out of the four rules we are instigating that one needs to has or need to have. Then the person was like, he has three already that when rule upgrade. So I want to know what's the criteria or how many lyrics can that person has before he or she can get that role upgrade, or the person just have to wait the whole lyric stuff is has come to an end, then we all join the raffle because that.
Yeah, so there's yeah, so if I hear I think you're asking like what are the conditions to be able to, you know, elevate between the roles outside of raffles as well, correct?
Yeah.
Got it. So, essentially there's a few, and those essentially conditions are honestly to be determined. There's not any hard conditions, right? I'm not looking for user needs to have X, Y, and Z. It's rather this kind of collective picture, right? And it's understanding is there a way this individual is going to help further the community in a meaningful way? And if so, we should continue to incentivize them to participate. That's our thinking. So in a lot of cases, what I'm really looking for is, people who not only believe in what we're doing, but want to make other people believers. That's really what the metric is that if I incentivize this person, will they turn in from like a believer into like a preacher, right? That's almost what we're thinking about. Because not only do I want you to believe in what we're doing, and I hope I give each and every one of you belief in that, but it's also that I want you to be able to go preach and bring your communities here, right? Because that's the wonderful thing about Web3. You each come from a special community. It may be a trader community, it may be a friend community, it may be an art community, right? It may be another NFT project community, whatever it may be. So that's what we're really looking at. So that's kind of how, at least how I'm ascending a lot of people. To be very honest, I have primarily the control individually, so I could take majority of the blame if there's any issues, but I'll take the responsibility. I have the primary control to elevate people from enlightened to higher roles, meaning from enlightened to torchbearer, torchbearer to oath. So that's kind of my rough conditions that I kind of currently use. And I think what you'll see is that I have to be honest with who I accelerate and elevate in our world because each and every one of you can see their participation too, right? And that's the other beauty about our system is that there's no one cutting the line here, right? There's not like, hey, friends, come here. The closest thing I've ever done to that is like, hey guys, I'm launching a Discord, just be active in it. That's all I've ever told really friends at this point, right? Or like, hey, we have a diamond if you want to buy that. So that's where we're quite different. There are a few ways that, we of course do partnerships with certain communities to help bring them in. But again, that's only for the enlightened role. Rarely do we give out anything else. We will be giving out a few King's Oath. We kind of shared this with our allocation goals that less than 10% of our supply will be used for partnerships as well. So that's also what we're going to be doing too. And in those partnerships, it's again just to make our community healthy. We want to find a few other big projects. We want to find a few other opportunities that could be really, really meaningful and really, really exciting. So that's hopefully gives you the answer there. And I think, as you kind of see this, you'll see the people who have been elevated to oath, right? So if you want, you could go into our Discord and literally go click the people on oath and see who actually currently has that role and what their background is. There are a few individuals who might look a little light because they won the raffle, right? Because we did have a raffle that gave away for 25 that has some super active participating people and some just average participating people. But that's the whole point, is then the raffles give us a chance of luck. And if there's any little insight you want to know about me, I love designing games and systems like poker. I used to be a person who played a lot of poker. I really love Texas Hold'em poker. And the reason for it is I feel it's one of the most interesting balanced games. It's this idea where skill absolutely is a supreme advantage, but skill isn't the zero all advantage, right? There's an element of luck, the draw of the cards, the sequence, the positioning, all that kind of stuff. So in this way, that's where we also create all these raffles because we want to give a shared opportunity for everyone, including redeemed users, including enlightened users, to get the very best. And we do that consistently. We're probably the only project pre-mint that has technically given away like $100,000 worth of NFTs, right? Which is kind of nuts, right? If you look at just what we've done with our diamonds as well early on. So this is just our thinking and our thought process thus far, but hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight. I see you have your hand up again, so you want a follow-up question? Go for it.
Yeah, I've been in the community for a very long time. I didn't just come in. I've been here when we have been blessing people. You have to be blessed 5 by 5 persons and all that. So I've been watching the community, and now there are persons. Let's say someone like me. I've been I've been preaching the word actually. I whenever there's event, I tell the community I'm in, but I'm not that noticed in the community. So how we do about people like that they are preaching the word, but
You're
they are not that as popular as, or kind of wanting people to know that they are actually preaching the word. You get, because frankly speaking, whenever there is this space, I share it out, I share the link, people should join, because I've been in this space since August, or if not August, either June, July, or either July, August I've been here. So it's been long. So when everything starts going,
Yeah,
having
so my
own
my
attention and all that.
yeah, so my answer yeah, my answer here is just like you will be noticed one day. Like it's hard because let's be honest, our Discord's insane. Like it's just the most insane thing you will ever see. So of course there's going to be areas where we might not see everyone who's worthy in that moment. But just know like we've just got it started. Right? We just started giving out more roles and it's only going to accelerate. So I know this is a hard thing to ask, but what I hope that you guys will see is you trust that we'll do right. We'll do right with the honor of participation. And if you continue to do that, there's going to be more amplified opportunity to come up. And that's the reason I share. We still have 1,000+ roles to give away for each Act One and Act Two. And with that, there means that we're going to be able to allow a lot of you to have greater participation. Does that mean it guarantees every single person? Not really, right? And to be honest, you actually don't want that type of design to be transparent because then you turn it into only a grind, right? And we're not trying to do that. And I know some of you are grinding these relics because it's what you've been taught in this space. But like, I'm doing these global events at different time zones, not because I want to steal all your time. I'm doing it because I want to make sure I'm giving access to every community to be able to participate regardless. So it might look like you might be overlooked, but if you're doing the stuff that I mentioned, like communicating, adding value, collecting relics, being able to interact in our social chats, like you'll get more and more notice. And right, and like how does that notice start? Is like everyone, keep an eye out, look on GamerRes, right? Or GamerRes, right? And like we now know you because you come up here on this stage. And again, this is how you got noticed a little bit. And again, I know a lot of people want to be noticed, and right now I have like 30+ people requesting to come up here, but this is what you're doing. And this is a good thing. You're starting it in that right way. So I know that might not be the explicit answer because you probably want to know, like, what do I need to do to be able to get in? But we don't really have anything like that. And that's my honest answer to everyone. People are getting in because I'm allowing our community to curate this around these parameters. So I hope that as you optimize for those parameters, you're going to be seen. You're going to be optioned. Like the amount, like look at me in chat. Like not only am I here talking with you guys every day, I'm almost in chat as much as everyone else now, especially the last few weeks. And I'm trying to talk as much as I can, try to see as many people. So no, I'm going to keep working on that, and hopefully I'll be able to find more of you guys to be able to elevate in the world. So know that I'll be doing that, and you'll be seeing that with the raffles too. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more confidence that we'll be getting to you. As we're just getting started. There's still a lot more to go, right? If you think about it, of the amount of supply that we were planning to give away starting 10 days ago, and to what we plan to give away up to mint in the next few weeks, just know we've given away less than 10% of our supply. So there's 10x more amount of opportunities coming for everyone in. And if you were here early, you're going to have a leg up on everyone else. So I appreciate the question, man. Hopefully, I'll see you around in the Discord server, and we'll find more ways to get you enlightened and further as well.
Thank you very much. And you have been doing a good job. Keep it up, bro. We all love you.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. It's been really fun as well. Awesome. I'll move you back down. Let's keep it going here. Hey, 97, real quick though, give me just 1 second. I'll kind of let you be one of the last two questions here. But since we have so many people, I think it's going to be really important to get our relic out real quick. Yeah, let's just do this. Even though I hate this organization, I think it'll be easy for everyone. Everyone definitely get close to your wonderful, wonderful Discord. Let me just get the period up for this. So this is only gonna be. Oh, I'll be nice. No. Okay. I'll be mean this time. You only have a 2-minute period, meaning that you only have a chance to get this right once. You need to type this in, and you need to understand how to use this correctly. All right. So you all have 2 minutes from now. The password is, wait, hold on. Let me make sure the secret chamber. Ooh, see? Good. I was almost going to open the secret chamber. I was almost going to give you the password, and the secret chamber is not even open for all of you guys. Give me 1 second. Uh, so much fun management. See, this is the cool thing about building like new experiences on Discord. You do have a lot of control, but you also have to like make sure you're on top of everything. Okay, perfect. I think the room's now open. Okay, all of you are crazy and already typing. If you type and enter it in, you're then going to miss out on this password. Okay, I think this is ready to go. Okay, I'm going to be nice. I'm going to give you 3 minutes because I just don't want to hear any sadness from any of you guys as well. The password is FIFA, FIFA. The password is FIFA, FIFA. Remember, you will need to trigger the command /secret. Click on that command and you should then open up an etching box. When you see that etching box, add in the word FIFA, FIFA. By doing so, you then just simply hit enter, and you should, if you do it correctly, receive an immediate bot response from the gatekeeper. And the gatekeeper begins thinking as he realizes this is probably the worst job he's ever had, as hundreds of you, if not thousands of you, try to put in this code. But the good thing is, if you get the three flashing dots, what the gatekeeper is thinking, you've essentially gotten the role at the moment right now. So again, this expires in the next couple of minutes. Make sure you enter it in. Make sure you know how to use this. It's a really important system. So hopefully 97, you were able to get it in. Let me ask you a quick question here as well. Let me allow you to ask a quick question. What's on your mind?
Hi, Jim. So I got two
GM.
questions for you. The first
Mm-hmm.
question is, are the benefits of the roles cumulative? That's the first question. And secondly,
Mm-hmm.
what do you have for the Souls of the Forgotten? What do you have planned in mind for them?
Got it. So yeah, they don't technically stack. There's really only one individual who's able to stack, and that's our Council of Guardians. They are able to stack certain roles as just an opportunity for them to also earn with participation, because it's always great to see our amazing, high value whale users who support our community. We also want to give them additional incentives. So you don't want to view the roles as stacking. You want to view the roles as whichever is the highest role, that's the reward you're getting back. That's a great question, and we'll make sure to clarify that moving forward. Outside of that, the other important question you asked is, what are we doing for the Souls of the Forgotten? The good thing is if you have that, you're also going to be getting your own raffles and multiple raffles. The fun thing is I also started as a Soul of the Forgotten, so just know that with that role, you have an exclusive community just for that as well. So there's no other like massive event for them, but there's going to be exclusive rewards for them as well. So that's kind of how we have currently planned.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely,
Good.
absolutely. Thank you so much for coming up as well. Let's keep going with just a couple more quick questions. And again, since you guys got your wonderful, wonderful relic, feel free if you need something else to do to run to your next thing. Let me just bring up a few more people so that we can hear. Rush, what's up? I see you here.
Hey, mate, can you hear me?
I can, GM, man. What's on your mind?
GM. Just have you said you love poker, so I thought if no one else organizes anything, I could organize a few games for the community if you like that. Regarding the roles, you said you should be like people are active in Discord and participating in AMAs and Twitter Spaces and all that. I just want to know, like, for the people that are active in Discord, right? I can see some cringe messages going back and forth all the time. People trying to kind of help other people, find out what the roles are for and how to get them, and pretty much spamming the same message all the time. So just want to ask, like, how you tackle this issue, because it's not really like, it's not genuinely participation in a conversation.
Right.
It's just spamming pretty much.
Yeah, and that's why we really recommend those who have blessings to really be looking at history, not volume, right? Because quality matters, not quantity. Quantity still has an important factor because if you do a lot of quality stuff, that's still good. But if you do a lot of crap stuff, it's not good. So we shouldn't be rewarding that as well. Are we going to be perfect at rewarding that? Probably not. But are we going to be better than pretty much any other Discord server? Absolutely. It's because we're having this conversation. Just ask yourself is like, what type of Discord actually creates meaningful filters like this in this market? Very few, if any. And what's really great is that all of our design, as you can see, is built for like social value, but it also decentralizes the amount of power any single user has. So if you do need to bless people to get enlightened, you need to convince five other torchbearers to do it, right? Or higher roles right now. And sure, some bad eggs may go through, right, to a certain extent. But there's also a reason why between that and the blessings, right? If you get all five blessings, technically you do get the enlightened role as long as you pass through one phase. When you get the five blessings, you get actually added to a new role called purgatory. And in purgatory, right, what essentially it is that we then review your background. So we are still, quote unquote, the team, the last filter. Am I going to be incredibly strict by saying, like, hey, you had 2,000 messages and like 1,500 of them sucked? Probably not on every one of them, but if I see like 500 messages and it's a clear bot, then the great thing I get is I'm not going to let that person through, and B, I know everyone who blessed that user. So I could then see, are there any incorrect trains happening where people are just trying to chain link a bunch of, their friends through, and even though they're low quality. So we've actually thought through all of this stuff. So you could just say that there's some quality control that's much better, and there's quality control in terms of like this shared cultural community. There's quality control in regard to a check by myself or one of the key mods in our server as well. And then what you'll kind of see in the end is that for those who are torchbearers and those who are oath members and those who are overseer or council mod members, what you'll realize is they actually have more incentive getting better people in if they really want this project to succeed. And at least I can say, compared to most other projects, no Discord gives this type of power to their users. So I think there's a sense of honor in that. And then B, which I think is really cool, is that I think a lot of people are in this in the long run with us. Is that everyone? Absolutely not. And that's why a secondary market exists to allow for individuals to choose how they correspondingly want to value an asset. But what I would essentially counter is we're not perfect, but I think we're pretty much better than everyone else in the way we've curated thus far. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a lens on how we're thinking about it.
Now that's good to hear that you thought about this, like you thought about way ahead, and you do have some ways to tackle this issue. Yeah, thanks for that. Also, I heard you talking about Half-Life yesterday on the game session. That took me back years, man. You must be old school. I love that
I mean,
game.
I love great games, right? I love great stories, and I've kind of played almost all of them. There's actually quite a few I've missed recently. Like, I don't play games now. I should. Like, it sucks. Like, I should go
Me
play Elden Ring.
me
Still
neither,
haven't played it.
trust me.
Yeah,
I
like
don't play.
I'm
I
I'm
played
so behind on
Half-Life
everything.
20 years ago, so imagine, yeah, we
No, I'm with you
probably
too,
close
man.
in age too. So
Yeah, I'm in my early 30s, but yeah, like for me, like, I came into Half-Life a little bit later, but I mean, again, I'm a huge fan of everything Valve was doing back then. Almost all their games were fantastic. Portal, still my favorite puzzle game of all time. And that's kind of the fun part about this is we want to kind of build, and we take a lot of inspiration from Steam and Valve. We really do in a lot of the stuff we're doing here. And then, yeah, just as a quick comment, like definitely DM me to talk about the poker stuff. I'm always down. My question to you is, what would you use for like poker right now? Like, what's the best software to be able to do a kind of family event? Would you just be
there
doing a ring game? Yeah.
there's couple. One is Club GG, and the other one I don't remember the name, but I do have an account there as well.
You're
But
saying Club GG?
yeah, Club GG. I'm a big fan of poker. I play real life, so yeah, I'll be happy to do that.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll take a look. I just got to find like one that works like internationally. And does it require KYC to be able to play like in
No,
a free
no,
game?
no.
Okay,
No, it's
cool,
a
cool, cool,
free
cool.
game. It's a free roll. You just make an account with your username. Most of the times you should tell people, use your Discord name just in case you win. If there's any prizes, it could be just for fun, and that's about it. You just register and play.
Love it, man. Let's talk more about it. I appreciate it, Rush. Thanks so much for
All
coming
right.
up, and we'll
Thanks for
continue the
bringing up
combo.
me. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right. I'll keep doing this because there's a few of you who really still want to chat. NFT Armend, what's up?
Hey, champ. Thanks for bringing me up.
Hey,
Uh,
absolutely. What's on your mind?
yeah, I just have a quick question. Will there be events to contribute more for people that have less time on their hands, like due to family or job or whatever, but also like to
Absolutely.
take part in the community?
Yeah, absolutely. You're gonna see. I'm gonna guarantee it comes out by Saturday. Like I've shared this on the last call. Like we're 1 to 2 days behind on everything, just for one reason. Our Discord got way bigger than any of us imagined, right? So we're just fixing all the bots and making sure it scales. So it's a really interesting journey for us. But our goal is like you really want to look out for the sacred bounties that are coming out. That's probably your opportunity because there's going to be different ways to contribute to the community that you could do on your own time, right? They're not going to be hard participation during a certain window, right? I know the relics kind of create that FOMO. Like I promise you that wasn't our intention. Our intention was just to honor participation, right? And of course we know some people were going to collect, but we never thought it would go like this. Like we have a good understanding of game design principles, right? But this is just a whole nother level. So just know that yes, there's going to be more opportunities if you want to write lore, if you want to help as a community mod, if you want to introduce us to different communities that are meaningful. Like we're always down for that kind of stuff as well. So and then the cool thing is we'll kind of have a wild card bounty. So you tell us what you can do that you think is valuable, that you feel is worthy for a King's Oath or an Enlightened, right? And it'll almost be like a barter event, right? Like try to help us help the community for something we don't know. Cool, propose it to us. If we like it and you deliver on it, we'll give you the access to. So there'll be a lot of that kind of stuff opening up, and I'm really keen to see and curious to see other ways that you guys can participate as well on that front. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight on that.
Yeah, sounds great. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. All right, let's keep it going. Since all of you still want to stay here for some reason, or at least 400 plus of you. We almost hit 600 people today, which is really amazing since I totally forgot to schedule half this shit. But just shows you kind of the wonderful reach of our wonderful community. Let me just bring up a few more people here as well. Let's go Paper Hand Killer. Let's go. There we go. Hey, you there, Paper Hand Killer? Ooh, your audio ain't working. All right, no worries. Well, you figure that. Ed, what's up?
Yeah, you bet. Thanks for the space, Saint, and helping us get a better grasp on each role.
Absolutely.
I'm assuming when you start talking about the art lore type activations, is that referring to those sacred bounties?
Yeah, exactly. So we'll have like very specific lore requests. So the way you want to think about for the lore side of the equation, you guys are actually going to build up our lore book. Like, so there's going to be a sacred book for all of our lore history. And about 30% of it will be filled in by us. The other 70% will be filled in by you guys. And there'll be like very specific requests for it, right? So, like, hey, there's this sword, here's this visual. Tell us these 5 things about the sword, how it was forged, what magical warrior first used this, and get used in, and when was the last time this was used in battle, like for example, right? So then the cool thing is we'll have like 20 different weapons or 20 different elements with that same parameter, and hopefully we'll have 20 different winners. And then not only will you be able for those winners to be able to ascend into whatever the next role may be for whatever that reward is, but you'll also be codified into the lore history because we're building the lore around each and every one of you. So if you do believe in this like long-term journey of like Lost Realms universe, and again, this is going to be a stretch of a statement, but like just imagine this if we could get any of this stuff right. Yeah. It's just thinking about like, what if we were able to build a Star Wars universe again, and 70% of the Star Wars universe is named and created and designed by you guys. Like, that's kind of how we think about it. And we think it could be really fun, and that could be from the art, from the lore, from the storytelling, all that kind of stuff. So that will all kind of come into the Sacred Bounties as well.
No, that's phenomenal. And yeah, that's the greatest thing to hear. Lore is pretty much my jam, but that's the hardest thing is you don't really generally have a jumping off point in most projects. They'll give you a few pictures or, a sentence. So it sounds like providing us 30% of the lore is really going to give us a strong basis to develop. So that's awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, that's kind of our goal. Yeah, give you the rough parameters, and you can kind of color in the in between the lines. That's kind of the thing.
I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks for the great question. Paper Hand Killer, are you still there? You want to try again? Okay, you can stay quiet. That's fine with me. Let's keep going and grab a couple more people here. Oh man, I'm really. Oh, what's up? Okay, yeah, go ahead, Paper Hand Killer.
It's been a while. I've been trying to get this opportunity to speak on the space. So I think I'm really lucky today. Yeah, I just want to ask a question. Basically, yeah, I think when this server, when the project started, and I think I joined around was in August 10 or something. But why is it that all of a sudden you brought the idea of Act One, and it wasn't like that initially? What we knew
Yeah,
initially.
Yeah, 100%. It's a great question. It's market conditions, to be very honest. In this market, you need to react, and there's really only 60 to 90 day windows is how we think about it, where the meta essentially changes. So the two things we wanted to do with Act One was first was introduce a smaller supply play, which we think is smarter in this market, but it's a smaller supply play that has a really meaningful role into Act Two. So it's not just us tacking it on for the sake of tacking it on. Like, we literally went and built a whole new art collection to be able to be a part of this, and then figured out really exciting ways for the lores to connect. But like I said, if you actually listen to our last call where we talked about free mint meta, what we realized, and one of the biggest advantages and insights we tell people, is that don't do any supply over 5,000 right now. Like, that's the honest truth. You really shouldn't be doing any supply over 3,000, to be really honest. If you're doing that, you're just setting your holders up for potentially a very rocky journey. Like, just look at all the projects that are coming out with over 5,000 or over 3,000 supply, paid mint or free mint. Almost all paid mints are going under mint, right? Like, almost all of them instantly are doing that. And almost all free mints with very large supply are usually stuck under 0.1 ETH. And again, we're not designing for the market value, but what we are designing for is an interesting, healthy relationship of supply and demand. We want to introduce a supply that meets the expected demand of this market, right? And to be honest, if we thought and we knew all of this would blow up in this kind of manner, and we'd essentially have the largest Discord in this space, there's probably a chance we could have started with Act Two. But it wasn't the smartest decision to protect you guys as the holder, right? And the last thing we want to do with our brand is push something where the supply exceeds the demand. And whenever you do that, this is essentially a project that will struggle to maintain and grow. And our whole vision is we want to scale. And if you remember with our early vision, we were doing a paid mint, which we just didn't think was right after especially the SBF and FTX explosion. What we realized is the contagion is still so far reaching. So yes, we could have probably gotten away with the free mint on Act Two and still probably made it work. I mean, honestly, with the type of reach we have, we could probably do a 10,000 plus supply and it still works, right? To a certain extent. But you know what's great is that even if that's true, then imagine how well a supply under 2,000 is going to work, right? Just imagine. That's what we want people to think. That's what we want people to understand, and why we wanted to make sure that we added Act One, because it really gives us the stepping stone to build something better and bigger. And that's really where we've updated our business model accordingly.
Yeah, all right. Thank you so much. One more thing. I remember the fact that if you're having the enlightened rule, you can actually mint the Act Two, but if you have the Ultra, you can mint the Act One. But what if you minted the King's Oath and in the Action collection and you are holding? Does that automatically give you the aside the fact that you're an enlightened member, does that give you an opportunity to like mint the Act 2 for the fact that you're
The
holding it?
way, yeah, the way we tell everyone really quickly is that if you're in Act 1, you're going to get access to all the other acts. You don't even have to buy anything. You don't have to
Right,
worry
right.
about it. We built our whole product for composability and interoperability for our own products. So, yep, Act 1, you're guaranteed into Act 2 in a very interesting way. We haven't even shared how that is. Like, and we already have this vision. It's going to be really cool. But, yep, we make sure that if you're in our early journey, we don't forget about you, right? And you see that both in our Discord design and our product design. And I hope this becomes a norm for all the other projects out there as well.
Oh, all right, all right. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. I brought the idea of we can have an AMA session, probably people talking about their first mint or their great loss on NFT spaces and all that. You said you are going to add
Yeah,
it to
we'll
the
do more,
or
man.
something.
And I appreciated that, and we added already to the calendar.
All
So I
right,
think that's on Monday. We'll talk about our
all
first
right.
free mint. So that'll be early next week, man. Thanks so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks, man. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, we're gonna let Alexo be our last question here. You there, Alexo?
Yes, I'm there, Saint GM.
GM, what's up? What's on your mind?
You were talking few days about having some of the earlier roles like Mountaineer, Researcher, and I've forgotten the third one. I want
Yeah,
to ask,
Summoner. Yeah,
do you have to have three of them or one is enough? Because I have only the Mountaineer role.
that's fine. If you have one, it means that every role is gonna have its own exclusive raffle, right? So it's fine.
Okay.
You're good. You're gonna
Okay.
get that access, and hopefully in those raffles, may the odds be in your favor. But
Okay.
the important thing to know is that if you have certain collection of roles, there's certain recipes, right, that unlock extra raffles, right? So in this case, if you don't, it's 4 roles. It's Summoner, Researcher, Searcher, and Mountaineer. There we go. It's those 4 roles roughly, right? Researcher, Searcher, Summoner, Mountaineer. Yep. And if you have all 4 of those, you're going to be able to be entered into your own raffle as well. So it's just like this idea of we just honor people who are there collectively for certain things. Same thing, if you might, a lot of people got Oracle's gift, but if you did the Oracle event 5 times in a row, you actually got Oracle's blessing. And that's going to have more value as well. So we're going to do all
Okay.
these other kind of interesting things where for especially those early users who've been here from the start, you're going to get that compounding value, but that also applies to the relics. There's quite a few different relics that you're going to see where essentially in this marketplace, it's going to be exciting where there's going to be different combinations. And we'll share a little bit about that probably this weekend with you guys. But in the end, right, every relic, every role, like every earned role, and every relic opens up a unique raffle. And in doing so, it's going to open up more access for you guys to be able to get chances to either elevate to Enlighten, elevate to Torchbearer, elevate to Oath, elevate to potentially even Council. So hopefully you'll kind of see all that stuff coming in soon. Thanks so much for the question there as well. So, kind of with that, I'm going to kind of wrap this up because I do have to unfortunately run and actually do work. I'll do more open AMA sessions as well in our Discord, and we'll create that as well. And I'll just kind of run through all of your questions. I know a lot of you are asking. I know a lot of you want to know more. As you can see, with such a big community, it's hard to kind of hit all of these things. But what's so exciting here is that even with these kind of small things, you can see all the fact that we're going to get to each and every one of you. So I appreciate you all listening along. I'm really excited to allow you guys to all have opportunities to kind of ascend in our world. Definitely send the role breakdown to any of your friends who are trying to learn more about this. And then also let us know what else you want to see in order to help educate new users. We're working on it as well over the next 72 hours. And if you have thoughts and there's ways you could help us build content, we'd love to hear from each and every one of you. Thank you all for being here. Enjoy the rest of your day or your evening. We really appreciate it all.